Hey guys, this is Non-Lammers of Invoked 101, and I missed out making a big 1,000 subscriber video, but we did finally hit 1,000, which is super exciting. It's super just great. Hitting 1,000 is a really big milestone for the channel because back before the channel was called Invoked 101, I called it it was a team channel that no one but me was uploading on. And so to basically take that with, I think I had 32 subs after a year, and turn that into Invoked 101, which I think I've been doing Invoked 101 for almost 11, 12 months at this point. So to see that turn into 1,000, like over 1,100 subs is great. And so, of course, I wanted to celebrate. So we did celebrate. There were a few things that happened, and I actually left them in the other room, so one moment. So the first thing I got was my buddy. He came over, and me and him actually share a hobby together that isn't Yu-Gi-Oh, and that is Gundams. And so he got me the high grade Mega Shiki, which is super cool. I told him if he had a mobile suit, it'd probably be the Mega Shiki, and the thing is super cool. I actually have it already put together, so I'll probably put like a picture up or something of it. And then the next thing I got were two of these deck boxes. I got one each from one of my buddies, and these are super cool. These are my favorite deck boxes ever. These things last forever, so I got a purple one and a red one. I actually keep the semi-meta relevant decks in the purple one now, and I keep the just kind of trash tier stuff in the red one. So that's not like a flaw on the people, that's just who got them to me. That's not like a statement like this guy was trash or whatever. It was more so just like a lot of my deck boxes usually hold more than one deck, and a lot of them have themes. So this is like 3 bad decks, and this is like the other semi-meta decks that I have. So I actually have 3 of these now. I had 4, but I gave the white one to my girlfriend, so that way she could hold all her decks. She actually has 5, so she keeps 2 in her tower and the other 3 in the white deck box. And the last thing I did was I ordered something and put something together. So something really cool that I thought, or something that I thought would be funny, is to build a deck based on a certain character. And for those who don't know, my name is actually Cyrus. It's not Lammers. So so I went to Lenexa and I went to Tulsa, and whenever I'd sit down, they'd be like, "Oh, you're playing Vehicroids," and it's like, no, I'm not. But I have built a Vehicroid deck. So if you guys want to skip past this and just jump to the end, I'll put a timestamp at the bottom of the screen right here, so you guys can jump to that. But if you want to stick by and see the Vehicroid deck in this video, you can, but I'm also going to be uploading it separately. So if you want to see that, you can. So we're going to tilt the camera down, and we're going to just kind of jump into the deck profile, and I will see you guys at the end of the video. So yeah, so if you want to, so this is the deck profile real quick. You guys already know why this deck is here. So we're going to talk about the monsters, we're going to talk about the spells, and then I will actually have to re-record the deck profile for the people so that way I can just upload it separately. But real quick, we're just going to do the monster lineup, which is 3 Submarine Roid. This guy's really important, especially with the field spell. Submarine Roid is, he allows you to attack directly and then turn himself to defense mode at the end. So, like after he attacks, no matter what. And with Megaroid City, you can attack directly for 1,800, so that's pretty nice. Along with him, we have a kind of garbage card, but we have 3 Mixeroid. So what Mixeroid does is you can target another machine, you can contribute another machine you control and special summon a Roid from your deck. Then if he's in your graveyard, you can pay half your life points, banish any amount of Roids from your graveyard, and then special summon a Roid fusion monster whose level equals the amount banished. And it's just, he's not great. But I play 3 of him because he's able to tutor out any Roid from the deck, so. Next up, we have our Machine Duke target. So we play 3 Decoy Roid for a soft lock where your opponent actually can't attack anything. And yeah, so because you machine dupe them and then you have 3 decoy roids on field. And then another machine dupe target, but also just like kind of a mixer roid target, is 3 express roid. What express roid does is whenever it's summoned, you get a target, you get to just scoop out 2 roid monsters from your graveyard. It's not up to 2, it is 2, so, which is kind of garbage. That's it for our 3 of roids. For 2 ofs, which I think we only play 2, 2 drill roid and 2 steam roid. It's not because I only have 2 of each of these. I do actually have a full playset of all these roids, but I felt that playing the dupe targets over the fusion materials was better, and I liked playing the 3 submarine roids. So that meant some of the better roids actually had to be cut down. I do think Steam Roid is actually one of the better roid cards. So that's it for the Vehicroid part of this deck. It's not like one of those decks where it's like, oh, it's a Vehicroid deck, but it only plays 5 Vehicroid monsters and the rest is hand traps and stuff like that. No, this deck is actual trash. When I build a deck, it's themed to it. But we're playing 2 gold, 2 silver, because this is a really cool thing. If you open a gadget and Mixer instantly gets you out another roid from the deck, which usually is going to be this guy right here. Attack directly, turn it to defense mode, pass turn. So, you know, there you go. And then I also play 2 King of the Swamp. King of the Swamp doesn't do a lot in this deck. He's here to search polymerization because you actually can't use him to make Jumbo Drill. So yeah, you can use him to make like Steam Gyroid, but I cut Steam Gyroid for my extra because it just wasn't worth playing. So if you want to put Steam Gyroid in your extra, go ahead. That's it for the monsters. I actually like this. I like this amount of monsters. I like these ratios. Talking spells. 3 Megaroid City. So Megaroid City is a Dragonic diagram. You can destroy one other card you control to add any roid monster, any roid card from your deck to your hand. And then when a roid monster battles, you can send one other roid from your deck to the graveyard to swap the original attack and defense of that roid, which makes it super nice for cards like this, cards like Mixeroid, and so Mixeroid becomes a level 4 2200 beater, and then cards like Mobile Base, who become a 5k monster. So stuff like that is really cool. I actually have some replays of this deck I'm going to put up at some point. 2 Terraforming to search the Megaroid, because this field spell does help you a lot. And then for our fusion cards, because this is a very fusion-based deck, 1 Vehicroid Connection Zone. So what this does is it can only summon Vehicroid fusion monsters, which means that like Stealth Union, Jumbo Drill, Mobile Base, I think that's it. But the monster it fusion summons, it can't be destroyed by card effects, it can't be targeted by card effects, and it can't have its effects negated. So, you know, very nice. Then we got 2 Polymerization for our regular fusion spell and to search. 2 Power Bond to fuse into stuff and buff it, usually pair Psychroid. And lastly, 2 Instant Fusion to cheese out our Super Vehicroid Mobile Base, because Mobile Base needs a Roid Fusion monster, so you just special summon Parapsychroid and fuse it with something else. That's it for that stuff. And then real quick, our extra spell cards are 2 Machine Dupe and 1 Monster Reborn. So that's it for the spells. For traps, we're running 3 Supercharge. So what Supercharge does is whenever your opponent declares an attack while the only monsters you control are face-up roids, you get to draw 2 cards. So it's the draw power of the deck. And then we're running 3 Emergeroid Call. So this card is actually like insane if it was for any other deck. But even in roids, this card is pretty nuts. So this is a counter trap, and it's probably the best card roids have. So it's a counter trap that says when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect while you control a roid fusion monster, negate the activation and then send all cards with the same name as that card from the activating player's deck and extra deck to the graveyard. You can banish this card from the graveyard, then target a roid monster in GY, add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of a Murdroid Call once per turn. So if you have 3 of these set, you can just negate 3 things. The real thing they don't want you to do is pick up your Roids. So, but yeah, if you plan on playing Vehicroids in any capacity, you play 3 of these because it's nuts. That's it for the main deck. I believe it's 43 cards, 45 cards, something like that. Let me just fix up my spells because we've got to make that thumbnail pretty. All right, boom, boom. And lastly, for the extra deck, I only have a 7-card extra deck, but you can put realistically like the Nightmares in here because it doesn't have link monsters, but you can put some stuff in here, and I'll actually talk about what I used to play. So for our small stuff and our instant fusion target, we're playing 3 Parapsychroid. You can make this guy a lot. He's actually the fusion monster you probably go into the most, so there is no reason you should be playing less than 3. Definitely play all 3 Parapsychroids. And then I'm playing 2 Jumbo Drill. I like playing 2 Jumbo Drill. You can make him twice, so I play 2. It's just a nice card to have. If you can make 2, you make 2, especially power bonding into a 6k piercer. And then lastly, we have 2 Mobile Base. So like I said, what you can do with this is you can get instant fusion, summon this. If you have a Poly, or even like if you have a Roid in hand, if you have like a Roid, a card to destroy, and then Megaroid City and instant fusion, but realistically all you need is 3 cards. You just need a Roid monster, instant fusion, and then like a way to get to a fusion spell. That's all you need, and you can make this guy. What this guy does is super nutty. So what he can do is, I actually don't remember. You can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon a Roid monster from your deck or extra deck with attack less than or equal to that monster. So what's really nice about him is, so first of all, getting a card out of your deck, and then you can only use that effect once per turn. And then once per turn during the end phase, you can target a Roid monster in your main monster zone. Other than this card, return that monster you control to the hand. And if you do, move this card to that monster's zone. So what you can do is you can pop out a monster from the deck during the end phase, pop him into the main monster zone. If you use Vehicroid Connection Zone, almost nothing is getting over this thing because it has 5k defense, and then it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So it's just going to sit there and protect you forever. And then during your opponent's turn, you can target their biggest monster if you want, and then summon Jumbo Drill right there. Turn this to attack position and attack for 5k, 3k. So, there's some plays there. This is definitely the best fusion monster they have, and it is nice that his summoning requirement it's a little bit much, but at the same time it's possible. But that's it for the deck. That is it for the Vehicroid deck. Anyways, I once again just want to thank everyone who's followed me, everyone who's subscribed, everyone who's commented, everyone who's liked the videos, everyone who's just been through the entire trip. Because getting to 1,000 has definitely been something that was a bit of a dream for a while. But I'm super excited to finally be there, and you can bet that there's going to be some better content coming out. There's going to be a whole new wave of stuff. We're going to be doing a bit more experimental stuff like you've been seeing. I know I'm a bit late getting this video out because we've actually uploaded some of the experimental stuff, like the In This Meta video. That was a little bit experimental. The Being a Woman in Yu-Gi-Oh! From the Girlfriend, that was more experimental, and just like the more discussion-based stuff. I want to get into more discussion-based stuff. I still want to do deck profiles. I still would love to be able to do deck profiles, and I still will. It's just that we're kind of in an off season right now, and we're heading into another off season. So be expecting more live duels coming up soon. Be expecting more live discussion-based content. Expect more just experimental stuff from the channel. More outreach than just deck profiles. I will still try to do deck profiles, and I'll update what I can to keep the decks I have updated. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching so much, and thank you for continuing to watch, and thank you for helping me get to 1,000 subs. And I will see you guys in the next video.